All right, from the sports desk, of course, let's get straight into it. I mean, it's such a big weekend. This particular weekend, of course, we're live all the way here at Kyalami's, the SA Motoring Festival. Is going to be taking place this weekend. And, of course, we're joined by, a family that is, I could say, iconic, historic in so many ways. I mean, we're talking about 50 years of what they've been doing when it comes to motorsport in particular. And a family that's been doing this for the longest time in South African motorsport in particular. They're, of course, Lindenburg Racing. And trust and believe me, we're joined by two people. One who's an icon, an absolute icon when it comes to this, and also someone who's currently in the team and has been doing this for quite a long time. We're joined, of course, by Peter and Paige Lindenberg in particular. Good morning and welcome to Morning Live. Peter, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And Paige, good morning to you.
Morning, how you doing?
All right, let's get straight into it, of course. Like, it is a big weekend, of course, for you in particular as well, right, as Lindenburg Racing. And I just want to know something. When it comes to racing in particular, in any type of condition, how do you feel and what goes into your head when you begin to get into that racing?
Yeah, so when you get into the car, I think it's as the helmet goes on, there's kind of a switch where the rest of the world and the noise kind of disappears and you get into your zone. Weather conditions, track conditions is something you can never ever, predict, or it can change mid-race, so you've just got to adapt as it comes and think ahead. But yeah, I've done it since I was 5, so I think it's like riding a bicycle. It's just second nature now.
Paige, I know that you when you were 9 and also 11, right? So when you were 9 years old, if I'm not mistaken, you won the SA Powerboating Championship and then also the World Powerboating Championship. So this has been in your blood for so long. So looking at that, was it the influence of your family? Was it Peter by your ear and saying, I want you to do this, or you just felt like this is exactly what I want to be doing for the rest of my life?
I mean, I always say I never had a choice, but we are 3 daughters and I was the only one who actually took to motorsports and powerboating. So we all had a chance to get in a powerboat and test it out. My sisters didn't take to it and I got out immediately and said, this is what I want to do. So I don't know if I was born with it or if the bug bit, but there was definitely no pressure. In fact, the opposite. He tried to stop me racing for a few years to go be a girl and do dancing and girl things. And it lasted a few months until I bit his ear off and chewed his ear off every day saying, I just want to race. And eventually I got back in a car.
Okay, I love that because, Peter, it's going to lead me to my next question. I mean, I saw a quote that said, you almost died twice. Now, looking at that, did you say that because you felt like, I'm worried for her or I'm worried for myself? What went into your mind when you were racing back in the day as an icon, especially when it came to motorsport?
Yeah, so the story that I almost died is true. I mean, I was trapped in a boat doing the World Formula One Championship and the ones in the South African Championship, and I drowned. And they had to get my heart going again. I mean, I ended up in a coma on both occasions. But, yeah, the thing with Paige for me, it wasn't, I really didn't try and encourage her until she got to the point where she said, Dad, I want to do it. That's it. I'm not interested. And that's kind of where it got going. I was never in fear of her getting hurt when she had gone out of power boats, because power boats have a different dynamic and they're way more dangerous because you can't, when that goes over, you can't breathe. You have an accident in a car, go off the track in a car, you can breathe. So it's a different ball game. So as a father, that was important. But once you got into cars, I've backed her 130%. And she does a bloody good job, so I'm happy.
Oh, you heard it there from your father. He's saying you do a fantastic job. I mean, Paige, looking at that, what do you feel has been, how do you feel about the team at the moment, looking at the team and how it's been, how it's going to take place this particular weekend? How's the energy? How's the vibe? How is just looking at, how iconic your family has been when it comes to everything motorsport in particular? And just the feeling also of, I guess, there's more to you besides that, and we will get into that. But how do you feel as someone who is essentially, I'd like to say maybe probably one of the leaders of the team, and you said that you all come together as a family. I know that your sister Kiara is also a part of being the team leader as well. So can we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. This weekend's huge for us. It's Festival of Motoring. It's our biggest event for the year. We've got 11 cars racing and our team shall be time attack. So that's a really cool aspect. And then today we're doing some rides for our partners. But the team is in a fantastic position. Next year is 50 years of Lindenburg Racing, which is unheard of. The longest standing privateer team ever in South Africa. So a huge legacy left behind by my dad and a lot of pressure for us to keep it up. But I think we're doing a really good job as a team. A really small team. So Kiara runs the racing team and I race in it. But we all work under my dad still. He's very involved in everything, and we all do a little bit of everything because it's a small business. But yeah, The legacy he's left behind and the iconic side of the team is just huge. We've got an amazing team. I race in it. James Temple, my brother-in-law, races at Daytona. Dirk Fenter races at Daytona. Peter Bailey joined our team. Alistair Simpson races in a Capri Piranha. So our team is just in such good shape. We have incredible partners who have backed us, some for 40 years this year. So we've really just had such a long legacy, and the future of the team is really, really bright.
I love that, Paige. I mean, let's also talk about the fact that, there's more, like I said, more to you also besides the racing itself. I mean, we're looking at the fact that when it comes to Shelby South Africa in particular, you're a part of that particular process. You're the manager now when it comes to that as well, group manager, in fact, or one of the group managers when it comes to that. But also, we know that you're into philanthropy. We know that the fact that, you can, if I'm not mistaken, you're a ski instructor. How did we get to being a ski instructor as well? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I was in school, and a guy we knew came to South Africa for the summers, and he owned a ski school in Austria, and he said to me, "You'll never come work as a ski instructor." And no one must ever tell me you'll never do it, because if they say that, then it gives me such motivation to do it. So I was in grade 11, and I phoned him. I said, "I'm coming." I said, "I'm going to come and learn, and I want to be a ski instructor." And he said, "Cool." And I got on a plane as soon as school ended for the holidays for that December, and I learned to be a ski instructor, and I went back for 3 years in a row and ski instructed for like the December, January break with varsity and school. But yeah, I love a good challenge. I love being active. I've got a little baby now, he's 5 months old, so life's changed a lot. But yeah, I'm always game to do anything I can, try anything I can. So there's a lot more to me than the racing and the businesses. Shelby holds a huge place in my heart. My dad got the rights to it in 2015, and I was running my own business, which I still have. And he said, "Listen, girls, I'm bringing Shelby into the country. Let me know if you want to be part of it." And I said, "Absolutely. There's no chance he's starting Shelby in South Africa without me." So I've been with him from day one. Been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm really proud of the work we've done and the brand we've built here.
Right, to get here first, of course, at Kyalami, of course, race circuit. What can we say? The SA Festival of Motoring, of course, with one of the most iconic families that is here with us right here, of course, the Lindenburg Racing Motorsport family.